suffering and cold. I'm Nicole, and this is Love Poem for Hands. C. Had long white fingers, rings, and French manicure. Slim wrists and bracelets I made fun of for being far too expensive, but those fingers knew how to dance. Better than her graceless body, she should have written in beautiful script, but her letters were bloated. In English class, she crushed pencil to paper, gripping the roots of her highlighted hair, hands firm, steady. Even though her body shook, even though her eyes never stopped darting, lips never stopped talking, her hands stayed short. R. Drove one-handed, tapping along, lips stirring loud hardcore music. One hand on the steering wheel, the other on a knee, a thumb tapping. Not a singer, not a talker. A technician with mechanic fingernails, dirty, brown, and short. He'd chew at them at a restrained tempo like someone who smokes for pleasure rather than addiction. No leg shaking, no eyebrow crunching, just serenity, just chewing, then observing each tiny nail as if it were a little world. He'd look at me like that sometimes. Jed, a beautiful boy with beautiful hands. He told me I had a beautiful nose, and I wonder, when someone leaves, what pieces of them do we keep? So it appears I've lost one of my poems, so I'm just going to try and do it from memory. Why you should never fall in love with an artist. I could give you 100 reasons not to fall in love with me and my art. Reason 1, the fact that I even have to mention falling in love with me includes my art. Marry a surgeon instead, she could more easily fix your heart. Find a baker who brings you pies, pastries, fresh breads, not me. All I got is pencils and poems left for dead. Have you noticed I'm always covered in paint? Like charcoal on the nose? That everything is intensely emotional. I will love you harder than anyone has ever loved you. It's not for the faint of heart. Hey, may I offer you a 4B? I much prefer it to the standard number 2. I know my piano key teeth, my watercolor scars are hard to get used to, and I might abandon you, might vanish in the middle of the night with my sketchbook, refuse to talk, say I'm skipping town. Lately I've been telling everyone I'm existentially bored. I'm sorry. When you grow tired of watching me as I struggle at my desk to find the right words to say, you're free to pack up your shit and go, but you'll never get very far away. You'll already be stuck in a web of verse with me. Every poem I write, every picture I draw, you will be the not-so-universal you, mushed into the lyrics of every song I sing. Thank you. I'm surprised I got it. To my ex, the last letter I will ever write to you. I don't hate you anymore. I find you and your girlfriend a little silly. Big, doll-eyed, contact lenses, multicolored hair, obsession with social media. I'm glad she's the furthest thing from me. I'm glad you're not subconsciously trying to recreate anything. Nowadays, I say it, and I mean it, I fucking hate car guys. They'll always love their cars more than they love you. But thank you for the countless scratches you fixed, headlights you buffed, hours of detailing you did. I know you weren't good with words. I know it was the only way you could show you cared, but I'm sorry, that's not what love is. I never paid you back that $300 you spent fixing my fuel system. I'm not sorry about it. I'm also not sorry about the times it went wonderfully and we watched movies in your basement, you eating fruit-flavored candies, me eating chocolate candies. We never did agree on which was better, but it should have been a clear sign you weren't the one. I just wish you had given me back my Horton Here's a Who DVD, asshole. Before you left me on the phone, but only after I told you you had to talk after you tried to end it through text. It's funny, you tried to ask me out through text too, and I refused to accept it as valid. 4 years later, and you think you know that text messages just aren't valid. It's fitting. The last word I ever heard from you was just a little frustrated bye. in the tone you always spoke when you weren't, snatching me off my feet, carrying me around the room. Despite my protest, it was sweet, but that doesn't make things less sour. It doesn't make your abuse less sour, and I still hate everything you did. But I don't hate you. I am much happier now, and I hope you are much happier now, although I never thought I'd say it.